So this is going to be our first example. Alright, now remember I told you, if you've not seen the video on how to draw isometric circles, please see that video before continuing with this. Now also, I told you in previous videos that if you want to draw isometric objects, you could actually project them inside a box. So how do you draw the isometric box? Now what you do is you look for the total length, the total dimension to the right, the total dimension to the left, and the total height of the object, and use it to project a box. Now what will happen is this: the object that you are required to draw, you are going to draw it inside the box you have projected. Alright, so we'll treat this as this is the first example, and we're going to treat this just about now. Alright, so from this object, you could see that the total height of the object is 45 plus 25, because from this base to this point here is 45. From this midpoint here, from this point here to the top is 25, because the radius of this arc is 25. So 45 plus 25 is what? That is 70. So this height will be 70. Now the slope, the receding line to the right is 20. All right. So you measure 20 here, and the receding line to the left is 50. So you measure 50 here. So you complete the box with it. Okay, so draw a line, a straight line. Okay, just indicate a dot on the line, then place your protractor. Ensure that the midpoint of this protractor, okay, is exactly on the point, on the dot rather. Then align. You can see this line. Ensure that this line is on the what? On the line. Now this what you ought, I believe you already know, so I'm just trying to re-emphasize on it, on the need for you to position your protractor very well. So this is 90 degrees, this is 30 degrees to the right, and this is 30 degrees to the left. So what you do now is you connect this midpoint through all of these, the 90, the 30, and this 30. Okay, so I already measured 20 here. This is 20, as you can see. I already measured 50 here. This is 50, as you can see. And I already measured 70 here. This is 70, as you can see. So what I would do is I would transfer this vertical line, align your set square like this. Okay. And transfer to this point here. And draw a thin line. Now remember, all of these, they are thin lines, very thin lines. Transfer to where you have 20 here. Draw lines. Okay, so you measure 70 here. You measure 70 here. You connect, transfer this line here, and complete the box. I want to keep this video as short as possible. Okay, so here it is. This is the box, the isometric box. Now remember I told you to draw a circle, all right, or an arc in isometric form, you need what? A rhombus. Okay, so now what is the radius of this circle? All right, this arc you're seeing here is 25. So if the radius is 25, that means the diameter, this actually is supposed to be a complete circle, you understand? So that means the diameter is what? Is 50. So you're going to draw a rhombus of 50 by 50. So how do I mean? Now from here, remember this is the part where you have the curve. Okay, so the curve is actually going to be here. So you are going to measure 50 downward. 50. Now this is already 50. All right. So you're going to measure 50. You connect. Remember, all of these are what? Thin lines. Okay, so this is 50 from the top here, and this is 50. All right. So connect thin lines. All right. So that's it. Now you know the rule. The rule is you join the longest diagonal first. All right. So that is the longest diagonal. Now locate the centers of the side of the rhombus. Now this is 50. Center will be what? 25. So that's my 25. This is 50. Center will be what? 25. This is my 25. And center here, this is 50. The center will be what? 25. That's my 25. Now I didn't bother indicating 25 here because I don't need this part. It's half a circle. All right. So what you do next is connect, I told you, any of the what? The angles that connects the shorter diagonal, okay? So this diagonal is shorter than this one, all right? So choose anyone, either this or this. So you connect to where this center that you indicated, but our point of reference or our point of focus is what? Is here. So just draw a line to cut. You can draw the line all the way down if you like, but it's not really necessary. So from this same point here, you connect to this center here, all right? So you can choose to draw the line all the way or just cut the center. This is actually my point of what? Focus. So I'm just going to make it more pronounced, right? So those are the points. So you remember, you can choose to draw the line all the way, but I just want to leave it that way. All right, so the next thing you do is you apply our method. So needle at this point here, you needle here, all right, stretch to this midpoint here, right? So you draw an arc. Let me adjust very well to touch this, all right? So that's an arc, all right? So the next thing you do is you needle here at this point, all right? So you stretch to this midpoint here. Remember, when you're drawing the arc, do not exceed the midpoint. I said that in the video I posted on isometric circles. So stretch to this point and draw this arc and stop at the midpoint here. Alright, so since it is just half a circle, this is all we need. We don't need to draw the full circle or ellipse now in this case. Okay, so this is it. Now you cannot draw this part, thick lines, and from this point down, thick lines. So now you have gotten the curved part for this face. Now do not forget, there is a face, there is a thickness. The thickness of this block is 20. All right. So we're also going to draw for the back face to complement this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm also going to indicate 50 here. So this is my 50. All right. So now I will transfer this vertical line to this point here, because I also measure 50 downward. All right. Sorry about that. Now with thin lines, just draw a line down. Okay. So measure 50 on it as well. So that's 50. So connect 50 to 50 if you like. It's not really necessary, but for clarity purpose, so you will know that exactly what I did to this face is what I'm going to repeat for the back face. All right. So you join the longest diagonal. So that's it. Now indicate the centers. That's 2.5. So this is 2.5. This is 2.5. And this is 2.5. Like I said, this one is not necessary. So let me choose this side this time around. I told you could use any of these angles. So connect to the the midpoint here. Okay. It will cut the center line at that point. You don't necessarily need to draw the line, just indicate, and that's all. Then you connect here to this midpoint here. Oh, so that means I have to indicate this midpoint since I'm using this other side. So this midpoint here is 2.5. So from here I'm connecting now, but I just have to cut. So these are my points of focus. So what do I do here now? Now, needle at this point. Alright, now this time you're not going to draw from this midpoint. Why? Because part of the object we definitely obstruct the back. You won't be able to see the back. So this line diagonal you're seeing here, that's where you will stop. Alright, so you stretch to this midpoint here. So this is the midpoint here. When you draw your arc, stop at this point, this diagonal here. Do not exceed this diagonal. Alright, stop there. Alright, stop here. Then for the other side, you needle here, stretch to this point here, and draw that arc like this. Stop at the midpoint here, where you measure 2.5. Alright, that's it. So what you do next is connect this point of intersection to this point of intersection between this arc and this diagonal. They are intersecting at this point. So you connect to corresponding point here with a straight line. Alright, then make this one a thick line and this a thick line. So there you have your object. There you have your object. So the next thing is for you to dimension. So that's it, dimension. Alright, so I'm going to treat this other example in the next upload. Alright, please do not forget to hit the like button and also recommend these lessons to someone whom you think might need it. Have a nice day.